Hello, my friends. It's already evening time, and it's about to. I'm about to go home to leave for home, and I would like to share this short blog with you. And tomorrow is Sunday, and according to the Catholic Church, it is considered to be the Sunday of Mercy, Mercy Sunday, and this kind of celebration actually is new because it originated from the experience of Sister Faustina Kowalska, and she was a nun in Poland during World War II, and according to her, she had a vision of Christ, wherein Christ showed himself to her, and that uh, in that icon, Christ, there was a bright light of red and white coming from the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And below that image, at the feet of the Lord, there is the inscription, "Jesus, I trust in you." And the Lord said to Sister Faustina that she was giving humankind a vessel by which they could come to seek for mercy. And Sister Faustina belongs to a congregation known as the Sisters of Mercy, and this is quite also significant because these experiences happened during World War II, and miraculously, where this image was displayed, it was spared from the ravages of World War II, and that's why Poland was spared from the total destruction that was experienced by some of the Western European countries at that time. And um, the imagery of this icon, um, out of the experience of Sister Faustina. Actually, by the way, Sister Faustina wrote a diary, The Story of My Soul, and I have read it several times, and it's quite voluminous. And according to to her narrative, her story, Christ showed to him um, his merciful heart, and that he wanted to show his mercy to humankind, and he wanted mankind to have a vessel by which they can turn to for the mercy of God, and because the world will be undergoing chastisement. And also, Sister Faustina promoted the novena to the Divine Mercy. Actually, this novena is done once a year, and it starts during Good Friday and ends up on a Saturday before the Mercy Sunday, and that is tomorrow. And I have been following this novena and this kind of devotion for several years now, and I can attest to you that this has been very effective, and this is a very powerful novena, and I have obtained so many favors and graces out of this novena. And even in the most difficult times of my life, especially in the trials of my life, I always use this novena and call upon the name of the Lord using this novena, and I found it to be effective, and it becomes a vessel of grace and mercy. I don't know, I'm just sharing this from my own personal point of view. And this is not really this is not unbiblical, but rather also the imagery of that icon is also is biblical. In fact, uh, the image of the wound in the heart and the image of the blood and water coming out from the heart of Jesus actually is biblical, because according to the Bible, when the Jews was about to take down the bodies from the cross, because in the following day will be Sabbath, and they don't want to defile the Sabbath with bodies hanging on a tree. So when they were about to remove the body of Jesus, they found out that he was already dead. That's why they spared his body from breaking his bones. But the centurion there, trying to make sure that Jesus is dead, he pierced him with a lance in the heart. And according to the gospel narrative, once the centurion pierced the heart of Jesus with a lance, there flowed blood and water from him freely. And actually, it symbolizes our redemption. It symbolizes the propitiation that was performed by Christ in order to appease the judgment of God, and in order to obtain the forgiveness and redemption of humankind. And that is what is we celebrate during the Holy Eucharist, the Holy Mass, to remind us of that event. That's why this belief in this kind of thing has a power to cleanse our soul, to make us pure, to make us clean. That's why in the vision of Saint John in the island of Patmos, the angel of the Lord showed him a vision of thousands and thousands, innumerable people wearing white clothes with palm leaves in their hands and praising God. And Saint John asked the angel, "Who are this?" The angel said, "These are the people who have purified themselves with the blood of the Lamb." And you know, my friends, if we continue with this faith and try to perceive the the metaphysical or the esoteric aspect of this belief, this is actually, it defies our logic, it defies our human thinking, and these things can only be perceived by our intuition and by our strong faith. I know it will provide us a lot of benefit, and it will make us really feel good, and it will help us in our way to salvation, because belief in this will help us grow stronger in our faith in the Lord. And especially that tomorrow is Mercy Sunday, please don't forget to go to church, and let us avail of this plenary indulgence attached to this kind of practice. And in Jesus promised Sister Faustina that anyone who would approach the table of the communion during Mercy Sunday will obtain full remission from their sins, and they will be spared from the pains of purgatory or the pains of purgation, but rather they will go straight in the house of the Father. And I think this is really something that really, I don't know, I'm just saying this from a personal point of view, and this has been inspiring me for the past few years. And I have underwent several trials, difficult times in life. I have also encountered difficult people. I have encountered people with bad intentions against me. But I always use this novena, the novena to the Divine Mercy, and really it is very efficacious. And you can just always feel the presence and the protection of the Lord going on in you, and things are getting easier and lighter, and you are spared from harm. And I think these are the kind of experience that I had. And that's why as we grow older in our walk of faith, let us always persevere in our faith. And if we are in doubt, or if we have problems or difficulties, let us look into the heart of Jesus. Let us look into the crucified Lord. Let us look into his wounds. And beyond this imagery, this vision, let us go beyond this vision, and let us perceive him who is our life, who is our Savior, who is our happiness. My friends, happy Sunday tomorrow, and see you around the next few days.